Lance Gulay from Jeebus Group. Can you briefly introduce yourself and tell us about your company?
Yeah, so I'm Alex Capiz. I'm the PR and events manager for Philippine Integrated Advertising Agency. So as the name implies, our company is involved in advertising, but my group specifically handles the public relations and events management side
Business
of the
management
business.
functions. Planning, organizing, leading, and controlling your company.
Um, well, since we have clients and of course, yung for their requirements, we plan publicity angles, we conceptualize on how to execute events, and also develop some stories for them. So that involves a lot of planning and brainstorming on our end. In terms of organizing, well, of course, if you're talking about events, you need to plan your suppliers, you need to coordinate with venues, and you need to deal with finance. So you can have, you can also target your budgets for your activities. So, it involves a lot of organizational skills. And what's other, leading and controlling your company.
Yes.
Well, being the manager of the group, you have to deal with different personalities. The challenge there is to not only perform your tasks, but also to manage your employees, the people under me, how to make all these different personalities and skills go together for well, they're being involved in a lot of process before a project can be completed. Naturally, there are certain problems that we encounter, problems in terms of budgeting, problems in terms of execution, and even some problems when it comes to client not really liking what we present to them, in which case meron pang several refinements involved dun sa particular proposal namin. So those are just a summary of many problems that we encounter along the way.
Involved in your business?
Well, being in the advertising and public relations business, first of all, we interface with client, find out what their needs are, and then we brainstorm among ourselves, we plan on how to approach the problem, what strategies to use, and then we go back to our client with a proposal, and if they approve of our proposal, that's when we draw up the budget, and then we coordinate with our finance for check preparations and everything. Depending of course on the particular project, we may have to deal with our suppliers, media, and so there's really a lot of process involved before we can successfully complete a project.
Does the company encounter problems in handling information?
Yes. For example, we meet with our clients and somehow there's misinformation, or somehow the information that the client relayed to us were not properly documented. So there was miscommunication involved. When that happens, what we do is we go back to our client and verify again whatever information that they communicated to us in the first place. And yeah, so we can in a way merge together with our clients.
So these functions help you manage your company?
Uh, well, in order to meet, we have targets, financial targets, and so in order for us to meet those financial targets, uh, I personally would have to have skills in those areas: planning, organizing, leading the company, uh, in order to attain my targets. So uh, I plan with my group. I make sure that we sit down and have productive meetings, and um, there. Well, I also need to have organizational skills, so I can manage the people under me and make sure that I utilize their individual skills and also develop their potentials.